everyone, and welcome to YarnGasm. I'm Kristen, and this is episode 160. If you are a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back, and if you are a new viewer, thanks so much for checking out my podcast. I'm so excited that you guys decided to spend a little bit of your week chatting about knitting and spinning and all that fun, fibery stuff with me today. So I am back from vacation. If you tuned in last week, I recorded from Cape Cod. Me and Jenna spent several days there, and a lot of you loved the footage that I shared with you at the end of the episode, so I was so glad that I was able to share that with you. And I know many of you were wondering, what does Cape Cod look like? Well, now you know. So we had a really nice time, and we lucked out with really beautiful weather. And it was just really relaxing, but I'm back and it feels great, and I'm back to work, and I'm just excited about tomorrow's shop update. I have a lot in stock to share with you guys, so I will talk about that at the end of the episode, because some of you just aren't interested in that. But so I have knitting to show you and no other major updates other than that's it. So I will just dive into what I have been knitting on. I finished one of my socks that I showed off I didn't have on me to show you last week because it was in the car. Well, I finished one of those socks and cast on the other, which I should show you next. But I don't know what happened to the sock that I finished. I think it may still be in the car. I'll have to go investigate and see if it's underneath the seat or something. But I finished the sock, and I'm currently I cast on the second sock. So that would be really unfortunate if I lost the first sock. I don't think I did. It's somewhere around here. But this is how far I am on the second sock. And this is on my Volca base in my fairy hair colorway. So my own hand-dyed yarn. And I'm just basically knitting a basic cuff down sock. Basic sock pattern, which is, I wrote up the pattern, so it's available to download free on Ravelry, and I will post a link to that in the show notes, like I do. I'm just using a super long circular needle, 40-inch, I believe, US 1.5 US needles on my carbons, which I love using to knit socks with. So that's where I am, and here's how much yarn I have left. And Molly from a Homespun House just finished knitting her featherweight cardigan using the same colorway, and it turned out beautiful. She's making me want to, I keep saying that I want to cast on a featherweight cardigan. I just haven't gotten around to doing it, and I've been saying it forever and ever and ever. Maybe fall will be the fall of the featherweight cardigan, because at some point I've got to knit one of those. So she's definitely inspiring me to cast one on. Everybody who knits one of those inspires me to cast one on. I just have to do it. I have to bite the bullet, find the perfect yarn, and do it. So anyway, but speaking of Molly, I am here in my Homespun House project bag with the naughty kitties on it. I'm keeping my Cozy Memories blanket, and I didn't put that much of a dent in it. I think I added one more square since I spoke with you last. Where is it? So, make sure my hair's not hitting my microphone. This is a square. So, the last episode I showed you, I did this one, I did this one, I did this one, and this is the latest square that I added. Nothing to write home about, but I love the yarn. This is from Carlene, my new knitting friend, who is awesome. We did a mini skein swap, and this is by Spun Right Round in, what is it, Atomic Flamingo, and it's just a really fun colorway. I saw this in the mini skein pack, and I was just like, this is Atomic Flamingo, isn't it? And she's like, yes, it is, Kristen. So where's the other one from Carlene? This is the other one from Carlene. Her hand spun from her D-spackle that she used to knit her shawl with. So isn't this great? I'm memorizing where. Some of them I know where they're from, and other ones I have to take a really good guess to guess where they were from, who they were from, what the hand dyer was. I don't know. But anyway, this is coming along slowly but surely. Okay, so that is one thing. The other thing that I have going on the needles is my Come What May shawl, a pattern by Susan B. Anderson. And the yarn is Jinx Yarns in her Unsafe for Swimming colorway on her single merino base, which I am loving this pattern and I'm loving this yarn. It is so, I mean, it is a little busy. I will admit it's a little busy, but it really doesn't bother me. I really just love the way it's knitting up. The pattern is such a pleasure to knit, and I think once this is blocked, you will see some more pattern definition, like here, depending on how the light hits it. You can totally see it. But yes, it is busy, and I think once I'm done knitting this, I will definitely be knitting one in a solid or shaded solid colorway too. But this is just super fun. And you can download the pattern. I believe it retails for $6 US. I believe that's correct. And I'm using my stitch markers from Sunshine Yarn Fun, who has an Etsy shop. If you haven't checked out her Etsy shop, she is awesome. She has a lot of she makes project bags as well. So definitely check out her her Etsy shop. I will post a link in the show notes. But thank you, Catherine. I love these. They're so fun. So yeah, and that is staying in my Voolenvine Yarns project bag prototype. So still no date as to when I'm going to start selling project bags, but I will talk a little bit more about that in sewing in a little bit. But yeah, that's in there. Then in lots of project bags. Everyone's making project bags now. It's wonderful. But in my Lavender Lunar project bag from the lovely Samantha, Sam, she kindly sent me this bag. It's beautiful and I love it, and it's totally me. All these little Victorian dresses with bunnies and ghosts in the forest. Very Edward Gorey. Very Edward Gorey, which, by the way, I mentioned that me and Dennis were going to go to the museum in Cape Cod, and oh my gosh, if you have a chance to go there, go there. It's a small museum, but it has all of his possessions, all of his doodles, all of his illustrations on display, and it's the house that he actually lived in. And if you're familiar with him, he used to walk, when he used to go to the city, to New York, or just walking around, he would wear this massive kitty. He would wear this massive fur coat, and I wouldn't get into the whole thing, but the man used to collect fur coats until he became an animal activist, and then he put them all away in storage. So, but they have one of his coats on display, and it's very, very pimp-tastic, I will just say that. But yeah, it was really fun to go and see where he lived, to see all of his, things that he collected, and just really a really fascinating person. I would definitely love to read up more about him. But yeah, this definitely reminds me of his illustrations. But inside, as you know, I've been wanting to cast on the Summer in Kansas shawl for eons. I've been talking about it for eons. The knit-along is underway. A small knit-along, but still a knit-along, and a lot of you are making wonderful headway in it. I had a little plot twist. I did not end up going back to the yarn shop in Cape Cod where... Oh, sorry, I thought my camera stopped recording. I did not end up going back to A Great Yarn in Cape Cod. We never made it over there. And I was kind of a little meh about the colorway that I chose. I think I want to save that yarn for something else. So I decided to just dye up my own yarn. So I dyed up a skein of Afterglow, which it's mauve. Mauve, no surprise there. It's just like this brownish mauve with like these blue undertones to it. I don't know if you can see. It's a relatively shaded solid, but just like these little hints of blue in there. So I have not made much progress at all. I cast the first one on some USI 6 needles as the pattern suggests, and I think the yarn that I was using, it just wasn't coming out as lacy as I was hoping it to, so I decided to go up a needle size. And these are on Hayas. I happen to have a set of Haya circulars on USI 7s, and I'm thinking it's a little too airy now. So thankfully I did not get too far into it, but I think for me this is very cobwebby, and I'm not surprised because the other yarn that I was using was a very lightweight fingering, and this is lace. This is just superwash merino silk, and oh goodness, I don't think, there might be nylon. There is nylon in here. Yes, superwash merino, silk, and nylon in my Luft base. So I think I will be frogging this and just restarting. And then once I have a size 6 needle, once I have it going on a size 6 needle, I will be, you know, we'll see how far I get with that. But yes, summer in Kansas, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, again, this is what it looks like. And this is a pattern that you cannot purchase on Ravelry, sadly. You have to order it and they mail it to you, and it's written. They have charts, they have the written instructions. So if you're interested in joining us, there's no end date, there's no official start or end date to the knit along because not many people are joining in. It's just for fun, as a knit along should be, and just very open-ended. So yeah, there's that. And then I think oh, my Verdure shawl, I have not really, I made no progress on it since I showed it to you last, but it's in my Fluffy Fibers project bag. Lots of sirens. I think it's gone. Okay. Again, I'm in Brooklyn. It's noisy. We moved to a very noisy street. So yeah, I apologize for any crazy noises that you may hear throughout. So yeah, and here's my Verdure shawl. Again, on my hand-dyed yarn in the Succulents colorway on my blitzed base. So lots of glitter. I don't know if you can see it. Lots and lots of glitter on here. But yeah, I'm still at the same point. I took a little break on it to finish the sock and work on the other stuff. But yeah, it's coming along. It is coming along very lovely and nicely. Again, it's a pattern by Isabel from the Fluffy Fibers podcast. Definitely check it out. So, what was I going to say? Okay, so that is it for... My cat is on a rampage today. She's just been a Mexican jumping bean, just up and down everywhere, bouncing off the walls. She's excited about something. I don't know. She still has a little bit of that Cape Cod feral nature in her. I don't know. Call it what you will. But anyway. So yeah, no spinning to show you this week, sadly. I have not worked on my summer sock spackle. A lot of you are making headway in it, and I'm seeing the progress. It's awesome. Keep going, guys. I will definitely put a dent in that this week. But yes, the summer sock spackle is still going. It will be going. It started July 1st, and it's going all the way until September 1st. So there will be prizes and just all, you know, the idea is just to spin some fiber and knit some socks out of it, and it's a lot of fun, guys. So join in if you haven't already, and you know, hone your spinning skills. So yeah, no real spinning news to speak of this week, sadly. But anyway, I'm just gonna mosey right along into sewing. So yeah, big news is I got a new sewing machine. It's not here yet. It's supposed to be here today, at most tomorrow. Apparently the website that I ordered it from said it's a quick turnaround. So I ordered it on Sunday, and they said it usually takes 1 to 2 days to process. So, and I ordered it from a dealer in Manhattan. So if need be, I don't have to send it out or travel very far to have it serviced. So lots of great tips. I did a lot of research. I ordered a Janome, or I was talking with Molly. I'm like, how, you know, from a homespun house about how to pronounce this brand of sewing machine. Is it Janome, Yanome, or Genome? Please tell me how to pronounce it. I'd be much obliged. So, but yes, I believe it's a Japanese brand. I could be wrong. Anyway, I cannot wait for it to get here. I believe I ordered, it's the, what model is it? 2221 model? I don't know. It got really good reviews. So I did a lot of research online about it. And I know you're supposed to sit down at the machine and take it for a whirl, but a lot of people recommended it. And the reason I got a new machine, I have a Singer Sewer Quilter Confidence. that I'm not happy with. I ordered it during a short-lived quilting phase. I don't quilt anymore. I have no desire to quilt anymore. I really just want to have a sewing machine to sew dresses and make project bags, and no quilting. I'm okay. I don't need to quilt. It's fine. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's not for me. So, but yeah, what I don't like about the machine, you can use it, apparently you can use it for other things, but I'm not psyched with the settings because every time you switch gears, or lots of noise, every time you switch a setting or turn on and off the machine, you have to reset the buttons, and there's no way to tell when you have to reset it. You just have to know, okay, I turned off my machine, I have to reset my dials, or I just switched to a zigzag stitch, I have to reset the dials again, and it's just really annoying. And then also the dog feeds. The presser foot you can't adjust, and the dog feeds don't really feed. If I'm sewing with like a thin layer of fabric, the dog feeds don't feed it. I can't feed it into the needle like that. I have to kind of help it along. And yes, I've played with tension. I've just taken the machine through its paces. It's not the machine for me. I'm sure it's great for working with thicker layers of fabric, but even that, I don't like the dial settings and everything. So the Janome got really great reviews, and I spent pretty much the whole weekend researching. So I have a good feeling about it. So fingers crossed it'll all work out. But I'm very excited about it. I've just kind of been sitting. I'm afraid to leave the house because if the mailman comes with my sewing machine, that's the way it usually works out. I'm not here to get it. So yeah, very excited. And yeah, and I ordered more fabric. I'm still not sure when I'm going to be debuting project bags into my shop. Soon, I hope. I'm hoping for the end of August, hopefully. No promises, but you know, I'm having fun designing and playing around with different styles and fabrics, and you will know as soon as they're ready to go into the shop. So but yeah, otherwise I am going to move on to Ask Away because we have some questions. The first one is from Kay Betts. She wants to know, I've been playing catch up with your podcast and have loved the beautiful sewn garments you have been making. Do you have any tips for newbies looking to re-enter or enter the craft? And I'm just looking at my computer screen behind the camera right now in case you're wondering where I'm looking. But anyway, okay, thanks for that question, Kay Betts. I would definitely recommend, and I've mentioned this on several episodes, the way I dove into sewing, I found a class on creativebug.com. It's very similar to Craftsy. They just have a different platform. They don't have the same platform that Craftsy does, where you can interact with the instructor. They just have tutorial videos, and you pay a monthly subscription fee. I think when you sign up, you get a free, 14-day trial. So it's definitely worth it to check it out. And it's a class by Deborah. I'm forgetting, Deborah something, but it's the class is called Sew Your Own Clothes, and they show you how to sew a skirt from start to finish. I will post a link to it in the show notes, just so you can easily find it. And but yeah, they take you through the steps from start to finish on how to sew a basic skirt. And the skirt has all these different kinds of elements, like pockets, gathers, that you can definitely use when you sew other things. An invisible zipper, so lots of invaluable techniques in one garment. I highly recommend it. And again, it's free when you sign up with Creative Bug. It's like as I mentioned, it's a 14-day trial. So definitely check that out. There are lots of Craftsy tutorials you can check out, but definitely check out YouTube. You'd be surprised how many free tutorials there are online. I would not all of them are the best quality, but two of my favorites are Crafty Gemini and the Missouri Star Quilting Company. They put out a lot of excellent sewing tutorials, and not just about quilting. It's all, she does like project bags, she does a whole bunch of different things. But definitely check that out, and I hope that answers your question. So that's all we have for Ask Away this week. And as usual, if you have any questions of or relating to knitting, spinning, hand dyeing yarn, or my life in general, leave a message in the Ask Away thread in the YarnGasm Ravelry group. And, you know, I will try to do my best to answer them each week. So, okay, I'm going to move on to shop update. So if you are not interested in that, have a great week, happy knitting, and I will see you next time. If not, there will be a shop update tomorrow, as usual, Friday, August 14th, 2015 at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just want to give a little heads up. Next week, I will not be accepting custom orders, only because I'm a little backed up. I'm trying to play catch up, and right now I feel like the custom orders are outweighing what I have to add to the shop each week. So I'm going to take a little break from custom orders and focus on stocking the shop, just to make it fair for everybody. And so yes, first come, first serve. I apologize, but that's the way it's got to be. But yes, there will be a shop update tomorrow, and as you know, I have unleashed the Vampire Yarn Club colorways that came out 3 months ago. So yeah, it's been 6 months since I did the last the Vampire Romance Yarn Club. So after the last one, colorway from that club went out, 3 months have gone by, so now I can release them to you guys. Right now I only have 2 of... Again, I totally forgot to bring that one over, but you know what it looks like. It was in the shop last week, but I dyed up the second one. Bill and Sookie from True Blood. This is the colorway. I am actually going to be renaming them. They're not going to be known as the colorways that they went under in the Yarn Club, just because I know some people don't know those shows or those movies. So just to make things user-friendly, I'm going to rename some of these. Like this one is going to be called Fang Banger because, as you know from True Blood, that was a term that was thrown around a lot. So that's what this colorway will be called, which is a vampire show, in case you're curious. But anyway, so yes, this is that colorway, which it's variegated. It's going to be like this dark blood, reddish brown, some pinks, some light pinks, bright blood red, and yeah, the whole kit and caboodle. So yeah, and then I will also have some Mexican hot chocolate, there's that, and then I will have some Octopus Garden, and then I will have some Enjoy the Silence, which is a popular colorway lately. There will be some Succulents, and then a colorway that I have not dyed up for quite some time, that was just requested, Pandora. I just dyed up some of that this week, which is predominantly like a light vanilla. It has like a vanilla like a base, and then gray speckles, magenta speckles, and peach speckles. So lots to love. So I will have that on various bases. And then a new colorway that I came out with, just on a whim. I love the way, this is actually a shaded solid from the dark midnight blue that's featured in the Vampire Kiss colorway that was from the Yarn Club. I just love that blue, that bluish black so much. I just made it a shaded solid, and this will be called Dead Calm. So the blue, I fell in love with the blue from this colorway, which is the Only Lovers Left Alive colorway that I featured in the Vampire Club, which I will be renaming Jaws. I don't know, the colors reminded me of that too, and it's kind of like Jaws, vampire teeth, I don't know, whatever, but I really love that name for this colorway. But yes, as I was explaining, I love this blue, so I decided to turn it into a shaded solid. So that will be available on various bases in my shop tomorrow. And again, this one's called Dead Calm. So there's that. And then I was having a little fun in the dye pot and came up with these one-of-a-kind colorways. So yeah, these will be one-of-a-kind. They'll be available in the shop on Volca. Yeah, just having fun, playing around with some new dyes that I've purchased. So yeah, and there will be more tomorrow. So, because I'm going to be dyeing some today as well. So yeah, again, I apologize. No custom orders next week. Just, you know, to give me some time to catch up and just, you know, some time to play around with some dyes and come up with new colorways, because I feel like, you know, if I'm doing too many custom orders, I kind of get into a little slump, if you will, if I can describe it like that. So yeah, just some time to breathe, some time to experiment, and all that good stuff. So, and the holidays are coming up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, which is scary. So I'm gonna have to roll out the the Christmas colors once again, and the holiday colors, and some Halloween colors. So I feel like the Vampire Yarn Club could not be unleashed at a better time, because Halloween is right around the corner, and Rhinebeck. Oh, so many things coming down the pike. This is incredible. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so I think that is it for shop update. As far as blather is concerned, me and Dennis, we finally planted our some grass in the backyard. We will have a real lawn pretty soon, because right as I mentioned, it's been a dirt pit. It's just been this gutted lot it needs love. So me and Dennis, we put down some pavers, or Dennis, I should say. He dug out all the dirt and laid the pavers down, and he pretty much threw all the soil down in the back and seeded it. And there are little sprouts coming up, and it's so exciting and adorable to see these little tiny things poking up out of the soil, and it makes me so giddy. And I've been watering it. I've been sitting out there every day with the hose, because, you know, I'm home. I can do that. I can water my lawn now. This is wonderful. Anyway, I was thinking about recording from the deck today, but I have all my stuff here, so I figured, all right, I'll just, maybe next week, we'll have a real lawn and I can actually show you guys, you know, what it looks like. So, because you guys don't want to stare at dirt, really, honestly, come on. So otherwise, yeah, that is pretty much it. I can't wait for my sewing machine to get here. Where is it, you guys? Where is it? Where's the FedEx guy? I don't know. I'm just going to hang out on my stoop and wait for him to come. And when he comes, I'm just going to do... All right, everybody. I will see you next week. Happy knitting, and cheers. La, 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 la.